hello, Mum. No, not a single twinge. I know it's 5 days late. I only wish someone would tell the baby. No, not worried, just bored. I can't wait for the day when I can walk down the road without leaning slightly backwards. And George is bored too. When it was late, he just completely lost interest. All the mystery seems to go out of it when you're late. I rang Dr. Bennett and he said not to worry, the baby was probably waiting for the warmer weather. Look, Mum, I must fly. I haven't put on the supper yet. Yes, of course I will, but don't hope for anything until it turns warmer. Bye, Mum.
Hello, darling. Well, what are we having tonight? Poached fish or poached fish?
We didn't have poached fish last night.
Didn't we? What did we have then?
Poached eggs.
Oh, that's right. It was poached fish the night before, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes, and you did the eggs in the same pan last night. That's why they tasted fishy.
George, they didn't.
No chance of any chips tonight, is there?
Chips?
Yes, I fancy chips.
I was going to do mashed.
Yes, I thought you might. That's why I suggested chips.
I'm not supposed to have chips.
No, well, all right.
But I could heat up some potato sticks.
Not unless you bought some more, you could.
What do you mean?
Well, I was so hungry after the meal last night, I ate the whole packet. Mashed will be fine, darling, fine.
Did you have a good day?
So.
Nothing exciting?
Well, when does anything exciting happen to me?
Well, you sometimes come home with a bit of news.
Oh, yes. What? Arthur's cat had quads. He gave me a cigar. He said he was fed up waiting for me to give him one. I thought it was rather kind of him, actually, considering we had a bet on about who'd deliver first, you or Tibbles, and he backed you.
George, it's not my fault the baby's late.
Who's that? Hello? Hello, Miles? No, I think it must be waiting for the warmer weather. What? Oh, that's right, yes, I've forgotten. Oh, we'd love to.
Love to what?
Hang on a minute, Mum. You remember we turned down Miles's birthday party because we thought you'd be in and I'd be visiting? Well, he'd heard you still around and he said the invitation's still open.
Oh, darling, you don't...
Kate's worried that we haven't got you a present of that matter. Oh, no, wait, I can give you a cigar. I bought a box last week. Yeah, jolly good old man. Look forward to it. Yeah, cheers. Gonna save you poaching, darling. There'll be plenty there.
George, I don't feel like a party.
Start to the one now, darling. You better start getting your party face on. I'll switch the fridge off, switch the gas off. Come on. Ooh.
I haven't got anything to wear.
What? I can hardly move in here for huge frocks.
And I haven't had my hair done for weeks.
But people don't expect you to have an expensive perm on when you're just about to spend a week flat on your back. Come on, darling, step on it. You know how long your evening face takes.
George, would you mind very much going without me?
Yes, I would. Now, don't be silly, darling. We haven't been out for ages. You'll enjoy yourself.
I don't enjoy standing around with a...
You won't have to stand about, darling. Miles is quite civilised. He's got chairs. Actually, a bit of standing might be a good thing. You know, might hurry things up a bit. Dennis's wife was late with their seconds. You know what he did? Took her for a drive down a road full of potholes. It was on the way within the hour. Yeah, I might borrow Dad's car tomorrow night.
Not driving me over a lot of potholes.
All right, darling, I promise I won't. I was only kidding. Come on, step on it. Look, I've done my face.
George, I don't feel like a party.
Kate, I refuse to spend one more evening dissecting a piece of poached fish in front of a television medical series.
There's no use going out. I'll only have to leave early.
All right, leave early. I don't expect people will mind. It'll give them all more room, won't it? Darling, I'd rather go to the party with you than without you.
You don't understand.
Well, I understand that you don't want to go, and if you do go, you don't want to stand, and even if you sit down, you want to leave early. Yes, I think I do understand, darling. Now, if all those conditions are faithfully met, do you think we could just go out and pretend we're enjoying ourselves? It's ages since we've seen old Miles, isn't it? I wonder if he's still going round with that bird, Sandra. Do you remember that very attractive girl? Yeah. Wasn't she a model? Yes, that's right, so she was. Well, there you are, you see. You'll be able to have a nice long natter about frocks. I wonder if that bloke will be there doing those fantastic card tricks. Do you remember? Well, I know he went on a bit, but even you said you were baffled for the first half hour. One thing about old Miles, he certainly gives you a decent drink. A bit better than Tom and Jones, where you don't get enough to put in your eye. Oh, of course, you don't drink, do you?
No, George.
Still, I wouldn't be surprised if old Miles can't make a pretty soft, strong drink. Oh, if Sandra's there, she'd have done the food again, won't she? God, do you remember that marvellous blue cheese dip with garlic in it? God, that was an experience I'll never forget as long as I live. She's still with me. Yeah, have you got anything to drink? Do you think I could do with one to put me in the party mood? I'll bring you one too, darling. Oh, what am I thinking about? You don't drink, do you?
No, George.
Well, what would you like then? Something else? Or lemon squash? Cup of cocoa? Water?
No, thank you, George.
You'll be glad you came, darling. You see, when you're lying flat on your back, it'll give you something to think about. Did you say something, Kate? Oh, sorry, I thought you did. His beer's a bit flat, darling. How long has he been? Darling? What's the matter? Has it started?
No, just a twinge.
Well, that means it started.
No, darling.
Yes, it is. I read it in Dr. Spock. And Dr. Bennett said it might happen quickly, being so late. Now, not to panic. Now, what did you do with Dr. Spock?
Darling, I promise you it's nothing to worry about. I'll be perfectly all right if I just lie here. It's not till they start happening regularly. And if the contractions do start, I can always ring you at Miles's. George, it's no use looking at Dr. Spock. In a case like this, the person who knows best is the mother. George, if you don't put that book down, I shall get up and come and take it away from you. George, you'll be late for the party.
George? Sorry, it was only a twinge. I'm quite all right now. I had no idea you were going down for a taxi. George, darling, I hate to mention it, but the driver's waiting. You won't have to run up again, will you? Bennett? It's Kate Starling. Look, I hope I'm not being hysterical about this, but you did say as the baby was so late. Well, just now. Yes, it was. Yes. Would you? All right, yes. No, not really. Well, a little bit, being the first time, you know. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Darling, I don't know how to put this. Well, yes, I do. I can be completely honest. When I said I'd had a twinge, I hadn't. I was only saying it to get out of going to the party. But since then, while you were down paying off the taxi, I called after you, but you didn't hear. It's the real thing this time, darling. Well, I rang Dr. Bennett, and he said it might be a good idea if we got over there. He's rung the hospital and said we're on our way, so could you... I'm sorry, darling.
So it's all happening, is it? At last? Clever girl. Well done.
So wonderful.
Taxi! Taxi! Hello?
Hello? I want a taxi.
So do I! What are you doing down here?
Oh, hello, darling. I got one straight away. Wasn't I lucky?
Oh, yes. Well, we better get in.
Oh, darling, I forgot my little case. Sorry.
Little case? What? Up there? All right, I'll get it.
If you'd like to get into your night things, Mrs. Starling. Yes. No hurry. Ring this when you're ready.
Thank you.
She'll be all right, sir.
What? Oh, yes, good Lord.
What do you hope for, a boy or a girl?
I don't mind.
Yes, he does. He wants a boy. Most of them do. It's a good thing they don't all get their way. Or I'd soon be out of a job, wouldn't I?
Oh. It's a nice girl.
Yes.
Yes. Ah, I'd say you were in good hands here.
Oh,
Yes. Nice room, too. Nice of Dad to fork out for it, wasn't it? Yes. I expect when it's light, you get quite a nice view. Yes, now, let's see, which way are we facing now? That way's the station that way, isn't it? So this will be the cemetery. Well, be nice and quiet. I mean, better than overlooking the road, I mean. Darling, I don't mind if it's a girl, you know.
Don't you, George?
No, not at all. Sorry. I know I've been on a bit about wanting a boy. Well, the nurse said most husbands do, didn't she? I suppose it's a sort of a masculine pride, you know, wanting someone to carry on the Starling name. But quite honestly, darling, I'd be just as happy with a girl.
Well, that's good, darling.
Yes.
I mean, whatever it's going to be, it's that already.
Oh, yes. Well, of course. I just didn't want you to worry.
Thank you, darling.
Sorry. It's funny to think that when I see you next, there'll be 3 of us.
Or 4.
What?
Oh, Dr. Bennett did think twins at one time, didn't he? Which would you prefer, darling? 2 of the same or 1 of each?
Oh, blimey, for a minute I thought you meant...
There's only 1, and I think it's a boy.
Do you, darling? I mean, not that I care.
No, you said so. Would you hang up my coat?
Oh, yes, of course. I'll put it in that locker, shall I? Yeah. Well, what's the form, do you think?
How do you mean?
Well, I feel a bit spare. I mean, is there anything I can do? What happens?
Well, I'm not too sure, George. It's the first time for me, too. No, you go, darling. There's nothing you can do.
Well, I don't want to leave you, but, you know, I don't really figure now, do I?
No, you've done your bit, George.
Have I? Oh, yes, yes.
So you go to the party?
Oh, good. I'm not going to the party. I want to go home. Now, will you ring me? I mean, will someone ring me?
Yes, of course they will. But if you left Miles's number, they could ring you there.
I don't want to share the news with a crowd of drunks. I want to go home.
Darling, listen. I'll be much happier if you go to the party.
What?
Honestly, it'll help me.
How?
Well, it hasn't exactly rushed up to now, has it? I shall only worry if I think of you waiting at home. You go and enjoy yourself.
Well, I might look in for one.
No, not one, lots.
Well, all right, darling, if you say so.
Well, you leave Miles's number with the nurse, and then if they don't get you at home, they can ring you there.
Well, all right then, darling. Honestly, I hate just leaving you.
Well, you can stay, of course, if you like.
What?
Well, some husbands do.
Oh, yes. You mean hang around?
Hold my hand.
During the... Well, I'll leave it to you. The only trouble is I might need someone to hold my hand. You know, I might keel over at the crucial moment.
I didn't really mean it. You go and have a drink with Miles and enjoy yourself.
Okay, well, just the one then. But you don't say good luck, do you, on this sort of thing?
I don't mind.
No, good luck sounds a bit... I'll just say... See you soon.
See you soon, darling.
Yes. And, good luck.
There we are. On up. Hello, George. Where's Kate?
She's gone in.
What, hospital?
Yeah, I just left her.
Good Lord. Well, it's jolly nice of you to come round and tell us. I suppose you got time for a quick one before you go, have you?
What do you mean?
Well, you wanted to go back and hold Kate's hand, weren't you?
Oh, no.
What?
I offered to. I offered to see it through with her.
What do you mean, the whole thing?
Oh, yes, but she said she'd feel much happier if she knew I was here with you.
Oh, well, that's tremendous, because I've never had an imminent father at one of my parties before. Hey, look who's here!
Hello, George.
Kate's gone in.
No.
Yes.
Oh, marvellous. Get him a zonk.
I got a brandy. He's drinking to forget, aren't you, George?
Oh, lovely, yes.
We tell George. How's Kate?
Hello, David. Well, she's busy with our son.
She's producing. Any chance of her getting here soon? We can start another party when this one finishes.
Do you very much mind? It's still my birthday.
Well, it might be George's son's birthday, too.
Good Lord, I hadn't thought of that. There you are, mate. There's plenty more where that came from, and jolly good luck to Kate.
Good luck, Kate.
It's going to be a great night, George.
A great night, yeah. Better than the way it started, I can tell you. See, Kate didn't feel up to coming here tonight, so she pretended to have a twinge, and I had to run down all our stairs, about 468 of them, to get her a taxi. Oh, she didn't know I knew, you see, about the doctor saying she was going to have a baby. And every time she tried to tell me, there was always somebody else in the room. Oh, thanks, Mum. Then I must be off. So I had to spend the whole evening persuading her to tell me something I'd already heard hours ago. Well, speaking as the only father to be in this room, and having reached, or should I say nearly reached, the end of my first pregnancy, I'd like to assure any of you here now who may be hesitating, women are braver than us, you know. There's no doubt about it, they're braver than us. I've never been so proud of Kate, of my dear wife. I've never been so proud of her as I was tonight. When she said to me... Shall I tell you what she said to me? Right? She said to me, quietly, no drama, she said to me, George, darling, will you get me a taxi? And then she went into her little room and packed her little bag.
What's happened to it?
She took it with her.
To the baby, not the bag.
How do you mean?
Well, no, man, it's after midnight.
Well, what do you expect me to do? I mean, ring up poor old Kate and tell her to get a move on?
Well, if it'll help you shut up, good idea. There's the phone. Shut me up. George, you haven't stopped since you got here, prattling on about your baby, killing my party, stone dead. Well, just look round you. Most people left before they fractured their jawbones yawning.
Well, thank you, Miles. Thank you so much for ruining what might have been one of the most beautiful evenings of my life.
And thank you, George, for ruining my party.
No, boys.
Well, you needn't worry yourself. I shan't be ruining it anymore because I shan't be seeing you again.
Not here, you won't, certainly, for the simple reason that you won't be asked.
That's fine, and you won't be asked to the christening.
Good.
I don't think you can get away with it. Oh. Hello? Hello? What? Oh, right. Thank you. Woman next door complaining about the noise.
You should see your face.
Listen, George, how about me ringing the hospital and seeing if they can give us any idea how long?
Good idea,
What a
darling.
treasure. What a treasure you have.
George. I'm sorry, man, it was my fault.
Not my fault.
No, I was very rude.
I killed the party.
You certainly didn't.
I did.
George, I wanted to know something. You're my oldest friend.
You're my oldest friend.
Oh, yes,
I'm
just
sorry,
hold on.
when we met...
George!
No, we didn't.
George!
You remember, it was a...
George!
Thank you. Hello? Hello? What? Oh, yes, good evening. Is there any news? Oh, sorry, it's Starling, and my wife's name is the same.
Oh, yes, I think I heard... Just hold on a minute, would you?
She thinks she's heard something.
Hello?
Hello?
Mr. Starling?
Yes?
Well, congratulations, it's a baby girl.
It's a girl. It's a girl! Congratulations! Well done!
6 pounds, 9 ounces.
Oh, how's school? 8. Oh, how's my wife?
Oh, she's very well, Mr. Starling. It was a very quick birth.
She's fine! She's fine!
Oh, jolly good boy! She's a jolly good fellow! She's a jolly good fellow!
Hello? Oh, did you... Hello, sorry, I couldn't hear you. Did you say it was a quick birth?
Yes, just before 10 o'clock.
Oh, that's But, wait a minute. Well, that's over 2 hours ago. I mean, why didn't you ring me?
Well, when we rang your home and couldn't get you, your wife suggested you might be at the home of a friend.
Yes, that's right. I left the number with a... No, I didn't. I meant to, and I didn't. On the way out, I just left my wife and I forgot.
Well, I'm sure your wife will understand, Mr. Starling.
Will she? Well, I'll come straight round.
No, I'm awfully sorry, Mr. Starling. Any time after 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow, but why can't I come round tonight?
I'm sorry. You see, Mrs. Starling was rather distressed when we couldn't contact you. We had to give her a sedative, and she's sleeping soundly. So splendid. And that means they'll both be nice and refreshed when you come to see them in the morning.
Yes.
Tomorrow morning, then, Mr. Starling?
Yes, all right. Thanks very much indeed.
There you are, Daddy. Come on, drink up, man. You've got a daughter. What are you going to call the new Starling, then? Jenny Wren? Didn't I say it's going to be a great night? And now one for George's effort. For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow.
Look, I'm not going to complain about this noise again. Someone's just become a father. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know. Sorry.
Have a drink, Miss Armitage, with my apologies.
Oh, I had no idea this was such a happy occasion.
Meet the happy dad.
Congratulations. How long have you been a father?
2 hours and I'm a failure already.
Now, boys and girls, raise your glasses for the baby Starling.
The baby girl!
Oh, she's a jolly good fellow, for she's a jolly good fellow, for she's a jolly good fellow.